There you go.
Good evening. Welcome back to my kitchen. I hope you had a good Saturday. Hopefully you did something fun, or maybe you got to relax. I did a little bit of both, so I always enjoy that. So welcome to my super quick meal. I did a survey on my Facebook account one day, and I just said, what's the biggest challenge? And everybody said figuring out what to make. And I know a lot of people, they're on their way home from work, they're like, oh, we don't have anything in the house to eat. How many of you, and I know you're going to be responding and I can't see you, say you don't have anything to eat, but you've got boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the freezer? I bet a lot of you do. So you've always got something to eat. And if you've got these 3 or 4 tools, you're going to be able to make dinner in between 20 and 28 minutes, somewhere in there depending. Now I'm not doing frozen chicken tonight because I want to show you something else. But we're going to start with my sweet potatoes. And Terry and I love sweet potatoes, but I use this for a lot of different things. This is our Rice Cooker Plus, I'll be honest. I don't do a lot of rice in it. I don't eat a lot of rice, and my husband does, but we don't really eat it at home. So this is a Rice Cooker Plus, and this is the little thing that turns it into a steamer, and it's for your microwave, not for your stovetop. And then the lid goes on like this, and it locks down. When you have that in there, it really prevents a lot of the steam from escaping, so that's why it works really great for rice. 5 minutes on high, 15 on medium, and I'm not talking instant rice that has no value anymore. I'm talking about just good old long grain or medium grain white rice. But we use a lot for potatoes. So I just wash these, I poke some holes in them, I'm going to throw them in there. I'm going to stick them in the microwave that's a couple of good sized ones. So I'm going to maybe do 6 minutes and I'll test them. It just kind of depends. But I love steaming them in here because they come right out of the skin. Other things you can do in here, we do like gold potatoes. We just chunk them up. I'll put a little ghee on there and a little bit of Pampered Chef seasoning. I throw them in the microwave. It usually takes like 5 minutes for 2 decent sized potatoes. And then we've just got kind of a garlic potato or whatever I decided to spice with. So I'm going to throw those in the microwave. Like I said, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. We'll start with 6. Okay, so while that's going on, I'm going to show you a couple tools with our chicken. So this is our grill pan. I mentioned our cookware this morning. This has been my favorite pan for a lot of years. And if you've got our old grill pan, it was the best grill pan that was out there until we came out with this one. And I don't know how close Terry can get in on that. I cannot tell you how many times I've used this pan. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over. You can see I've used this pan a lot. It looks brand new. I throw it in the dishwasher. It comes out perfectly clean every single time, whether I rinse it or I don't rinse it. It is just the best pan ever. And this is going to be your best friend. This is a little bit of an investment, the grill pan, because, well, it's fantastic cookware. Again, lifetime guarantee. It doesn't come with a press. You can buy the press. I always use the press. That's just a piece of cast iron. It's really heavy. You could kill somebody with that. I use the press every time. I do throw that in the dishwasher sometimes, but I make sure it's nice and dry. So I'm just going to put some gloves on because I don't want to mess with chicken and cross-contamination. I don't actually always do this at home, just so you know. So I'm going to show you the close and cut. And I use this a lot for grapes and cherry tomatoes. You can cut a bagel in half. It's got 2 spring-loaded plates. But I use it for this more than anything. So I buy my chicken at Sam's, and if you can believe it, this is a 13.3 ounce chicken breast. That is a Dolly Parton chicken breast. It is just ridiculous. And how many of you know what a serving of chicken actually should be? 4 to 6 ounces, right? That's how much a serving of meat is, about a deck of cards, 4 to 6 ounces. So this is way past what you need for a serving of chicken. So if you can see, I didn't even put it in there especially perfectly. I just kind of squished it in there. So you can buy the close and cut by itself, or you can buy it as a set with this 7-inch knife, and you close it just over the edge of the blade, and you just run your knife through it, and voila, you've got 2 much more normal sized pieces of chicken to cook. And how fast will that chicken cook? So I buy it at Sam's, I bring it home, I do this to it, I put it in Ziploc perfect portion bags, which I don't sell those, and they're kind of hard to find, but they're fabulous. So how amazing is that? And then I freeze them, and they're so easy to cook. I told you, I was going to tell you that I do cook chicken from frozen all of the time. My husband actually came up with this, and what I do is I take it out of the little Ziploc bags. I'm going to put some of our garlic oil. I told you about that this morning too. We just absolutely love this stuff. You probably, actually I know you don't have to grease it because I accidentally didn't grease it a couple of times ago when I made chicken. What was I going to say? Oh, frozen chicken. And it takes about 6 minutes on the first side, about 6 minutes on the second side. Then I flip it over and do it for another minute. That's our 1 cup prep bowl and our silicone basting brush. Fabulous things. Prep bowls, you cannot have enough of those. So while that's kind of getting going, I'm going to take one glove off, and I'm going to go ahead and heat up my grill pan. And I'm going to do that on about 6, and I'm going to let that heat up for a couple of minutes because I want to get it nice and hot. And I'm going to heat up the grill press with it. That just makes it cook even faster. This is probably going to be about 4-minute chicken breasts. They're going to go pretty quick. So you could put just about anything on there. You can put Italian on there. We couldn't really decide tonight, so I think I'm just going to go with Italian. That's always easy. Our spices are phenomenal, and I don't know if you guys have any of our spices. You can start commenting on there. What's your favorite Pampered Chef spice or rub? But I'm going to tell you about this one, and it's almost empty. I use this so much. So in my rock crock with the slow cooker stand, I'm not sure if that post has happened yet. This is our carnitas seasoning. To die for. It is just so amazing. And I put it on a pork butt, pork shoulder, or a chuck roast, and I'll do it in the slow cooker stand. It is just out of this world delicious. So I guess I'm going to take this glove off too because I want to show you our salt and pepper mills. And these are unbelievable. We've had a few different sets over the time that I've been doing this, but this is our salt. They're the same thing, salt, pepper. But what's great about them is they have a ceramic mechanism in there so that this is not going to rust and corrode and fall apart on you. You want to get a good grinder set if you're going to invest in them. But ours are a little bit different. Actually, I'll show you because I have my old ones over here. The difference. So this is our old bamboo one. Still love them. I got them both out here. We use them both. But see, this one's got a spindle through the middle. And this is always the challenge when you're trying to fill one. This one has nothing. So all you have to do is unscrew the top and pour your salt or your peppercorns. And anybody that's ever tried to get peppercorns into a grinder that has a spindle up the middle knows they're bouncing all over the kitchen. So that's our salt and pepper grinder set with the stand. Fabulous thing to get at half price or whatever when you do your own show. So as soon as that grill pan gets heated up, we're going to throw our chicken breasts in there. When you want to get it nice and hot so that it kind of goes psh, and you get lots of sizzling and everything. So while I'm waiting for that to go, I'm going to show you our sheet pans, because another thing that's really popular right now are sheet pan meals. And you can Google sheet pan meals and get a bazillion recipes. Pampered Chef has a few of them too. These are our new sheet pans, and a lot of you are not my customers, but you'll know I was not a fan of our old sheet pans. So therefore you did not ever hear me talk about them. These are unbelievable. So this is the large sheet pan, and I'm just comparing it to the half sheet pan. You guys want this half sheet pan. It's unbelievable, and I wish I could show you how heavy these things are. They're like grandma's old sheet pans. They have a stainless steel rim through here so that it's rolled under there so that they never warp. But this coating, these have been in my dishwasher probably 20 times, and they just look fantastic. So I will say I don't use metal on them because I don't want to scratch them because they're so beautiful, but I cannot believe how nice they cook. So one thing you can do is buy all that chicken at Sam's. You don't have to cut it down if you don't want to. Season it up. I throw it all over the sheet. You can get a whole big package of chicken at Sam's and fit it all on here and bake it in the oven, and we use it all week long. We put it in salads. We'll throw it into a pasta or just about anything, or we just eat it. Sometimes we just slice it and make a sandwich. So the sheet pans are fantastic, and if you're looking for quick meal ideas, a sheet pan meal, you can do your meat, you can do your veggies, you can do your potatoes all on one sheet pan. So, and there's tons of recipes out there. So we're going to check the potatoes and see if they're done. So, I'm glad we're doing this, because when you get this home, you might have some questions. So this comes off. This is a steamer. It's hot. See that little hole? You want to put your finger in there to pull the lid out. Don't do that. And my husband's shaking his head. Don't do that. We've all done it. Just take something, a spoon or whatever, and you want to flip that out away from you. Look at that steam, okay? This naturally sucks down into it. It's supposed to do that, okay? So we're going to take that off, and I'm just going to poke these and see if they're done. Ooh, they're perfect. So that was 6 minutes. Look how nice and tender those are. And they're too hot for me to do anything with now. But when you cut those open, I swear, the skin just comes right off of them. And my husband's nodding again. So here's the other thing I like. Put the lid back on. Keeps them nice and hot while you're waiting. So while that's going on, let's go ahead and throw our chicken in. I'm kind of all over the place. This is just my natural way I am. So we're going to throw our chicken in there. Hopefully I've let it heat up long enough, because I definitely want to get the sizzle. Okay, got to pull something out. I could not live. I'll try and get one that's a color we actually sell right now. Nope. Okay. So this is a silicone trivet. It comes in red right now. I could not live without those. I could not live without these. Those mitts are the best. So I love to just put my grill press on here, even if it's nasty and schmutzy with oil and everything. Those silicone trivets go right in the dishwasher. So we're going to throw our chicken in here. I really want to see if it's sizzly. Okay, that's pretty good. So You can hear the sizzle. These are going to go really quick because they're nice and thin. And again, you could cook them the full way. It just takes a little bit longer. Matt, it's a new old logo, but the flexible cutting mess. I'm going to throw that in the sink. Those are fantastic. We're not going to talk about that other tool because we don't sell that anymore. I'm going to put my grill press on. I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to say 4 minutes because again, they're thin, so they're not going to take very long. Okay, so we're going to go back over here, and we're going to talk about the rice cooker. A lot of people get confused and think that, not the rice cooker, the micro cooker. A lot of people think the rice cooker and the micro cooker are the same, and they are not. You don't want to do rice in here. This is designed to let all of the steam out of it, okay? The rice cooker is designed to keep all of the steam in it, except a little bit. But this is really good for steaming things like broccoli, cauliflower, heating up a can of soup, melting chocolate, melting cheese, heating up leftovers of anything. They're fantastic. So this is the big size, this is the little size. If you do not have one yet, get this one, because you can always do something small in the big one. You can never do anything big in the small one. So, but if you got anybody going away to college, awesome dorm gift. Great graduation gift. So, these are our silicone, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. These are our stainless steel colanders, and I absolutely love these things. You will have these things, you'll be giving these to your great-grandkids. They come in a set of 3, so I just rinsed off my broccoli. I'm going to throw that into the rice cooker. That should be enough for me and Terry tonight. But they come in a set, a big, medium, and a small. And here's what's fantastic about them. They're on a foot. So if you've ever, any mom out there knows what I'm talking about, anybody that cooks knows what I'm talking about, you put this in the sink and you're rinsing out your berries or something, and somebody comes along and dumps something in the sink. That doesn't matter because your food is raised up off the bottom of the sink. So it makes a huge difference. They go in the dishwasher. You're literally going to have these things forever. So those are the stainless colanders. And I just had it dripping down into my stainless steel bowl. And love our stainless steel bowls. And they come with lids. This is just one size of it. This is the small one. They come in a medium and a large. I think it goes up to 24 cups and 16 cups. And this one's 8 cups. So fantastic silicone bottoms so they don't scoot around when you're working on them on the counter. They go in the dishwasher, and the lids fit completely tight. What I love about that is in the refrigerator, you can go ahead and put something else on top of it in the refrigerator because the lid's nice and flat. So stainless steel mixing bowls, that's an awesome thing to get at half price. We're going to throw, I already rinsed this. I don't really need any water. There's some water left on it from me washing it. So I'm going to throw that in the microwave for about 3 minutes. It doesn't take very long. We're going to flip our chicken over in another minute and a half. So while that's doing, I'm going to show you one other tool. I didn't really need it tonight, but I really love this tool, and I want everybody to know about it. It's our serrated peeler. We have a vegetable peeler. This is the only peeler you ever need. You don't even need the vegetable peeler. So what's cool about it is it's got serrated teeth on both sides. So whether you're a right-handed person or a left-handed person, you can actually peel like that. And this is just the stalk of our broccoli. And some of you are out there saying, of course you wouldn't waste that stalk of broccoli. You throw that in with your other stuff, your florets. But this is what's great about it. And with this peeler, you can actually peel a peach, a plum, a nectarine, a kiwi, a tomato. I mean, there's nothing you can't peel with this peeler. So it's just the best one out there. So that's the serrated peeler. And then we're going to, this morning I used one of my knives, and it was not very impressive. And so I went ahead and used our honing tool. And if you've got good knives, this is a great product. I think it's like 20 bucks. So it's got ceramic sharpening stones in there. And this is whether you're right or left-handed. When you're sharpening your knife, I don't want to use that because I already dirtied it. You just run it through here, and that way it hits this, it doesn't hit your countertop. Now this is a honing tool, it's not a sharpening tool. And look how sharp my knives are now. I mean, it's like really, look how sharp my knives are now. So I don't cut myself a lot, and I couldn't believe I cut myself right before this demonstration. So here's the thing about a honing tool. If you have good knives, whether you have our knives or somebody else's, I'm pretty sure this will work on any good knife, but you don't want to let your knife get so dull that you can't use the honing tool on it. We're going to turn our chicken. We'll come back to honing tool. Okay, these are another one of my absolute faves, our chef's tongs. This is the small one. Oh, look at that. Look at that restaurant-looking chicken with those beautiful grill marks. Okay. Oh, I wish you could smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Okay, so we're going to put the lid back on. I think those are probably going to be done in about 3 minutes. So we'll check them. So we have small tongs and we have large tongs. So I use them both. I couldn't tell you which one to get because I use them both. So they're great. So back over here to the honing tool. You don't want to let your knives get so dull that you can't get an edge back on them. So the minute, like this morning when I went, oh, that didn't cut through that pepper, you want to take your knife and you just want to run it through here. Sharpening removes steel, and honing, all it does is put that edge right back on the blade. So what happens when knives dull is the edges roll, and that's why they're not sharp anymore. The more you sharpen them, the less knife you're going to have over time. But if you hone it, all it does is realign that edge of the knife and get that perfect again. So if you have good knives, if you're buying our knives, you definitely want to use the honing tool. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, but I have used it on our color-coded knives as well. It seems to work just fine. So, and speaking of knives, we do have all of these. We have our forked cutlery. If you're having a show, great way to get great cutlery. But if you're kind of starting out and you don't need really expensive knives, this is, I used the blue one already. Here's the green one. There's a different blue one. There's the orange one. We have all these coordinating mats and nylon tools and knives in the fun colors. So if you just need a really good entry-level knife, these color-coded ones are fantastic. They are equally sharp. I've cut myself on those just as much as I have my other ones. So, let's see. I think dinner's almost done. I don't know how long our video's been going, but let's go ahead and check our meat. So here's another thing I want to talk to you about is an instant read thermometer. If you don't have an instant read thermometer, whether you buy mine or not, please, what am I looking at? This? Why?
Because it's part of the meat.
No, the broccoli's over. Oh, the broccoli's in the microwave.
Oh.
Okay. Broccoli's in the microwave. He's ready to eat. Okay. I really wish you could smell how amazing it smells in here. So an instant read thermometer is your best friend. If you say, I'm no good at cooking, and there used to probably be writing on here, but I could never read it anyway. Unless you're 12, you can't read that small writing. So we're going to check it. You want to get your chicken to about 165. You know, people always overcook pork. Pork does not have to be, 180 degrees. I think they're saying 155, 160. I can't actually read that word. Oh, we're getting right up to 165. Boom! We're going to call that done because, as you know, the meat will continue to cook a little bit. So, seriously, does that not look like something you get at a restaurant? Look how gorgeous that is, and it's juicy. The thing about a grill pan, you're like, why can't I just do that in a skillet? You can look at the bottom of the pan and see this is different. He didn't get his brown, probably because he was over there on the edge. It looks a little different in the pan than you do in a skillet. In the skillet, all the liquid comes out of your meat and everything. In a grill pan, it cooks it hot and fast, so you get all of that kind of pan drippings and everything in there. The way I used to clean it is I'd put some water in there and boil it up. But honestly, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to let it cool and I'm going to stick it in the dishwasher. And it's going to come out absolutely perfectly clean. So my timer just went off for my chicken, so I jumped the gun by about 30 seconds. But I know that looks nasty. You're not going to believe how beautiful. It's going to look exactly as it did when I showed it to you when we started the demonstration. So that's our grill pan and press. There's our chicken. We got our beautiful broccoli, which I'm going to put. Oh, hey, guess what? I didn't start the timer on the broccoli. You don't need to watch my broccoli cook. But again, outside edge of the microwave. You don't want that in the center. And we're going to give him 3 minutes. So I think I showed you a whole bunch of stuff really quick, and I think I've shown you that with a grill pan, a rice cooker, and a micro cooker, you can get a really nutritious dinner on the table any night of the week in less than 30 minutes. And we're done. Thanks, everyone.